favorite tonight.
In order to win that world title, you got to go through the defending champion, Shericka Jackson of Jamaica.
There's never been a sweep in this event at the World Championships, and I think the presence of Shericka Jackson, along with a good lane draw in 7, may prevent the United States from sweeping as we look at the 2019 World Champion, Dina Asher-Smith.
Now 29 years of age, competing in her 7th Outdoor World Championship, making yet another World Final.
A Navia Battle of the United States will be just behind her in 8th. Great lane draw for her. She's gonna have to set a personal best to be on the podium. Her personal best stands at 21.9. She's gonna have to go a little faster, but I think she's a definite medal threat.
And trying to put herself in the same conversation as Allyson Felix of the United States, winning 3 consecutive World 200-meter titles. Shericka Jackson is in 7th.
She has run more top 10 times in this event than anybody else in the history of the world. Here's the big favorite. Lots of history on the line here. The U.S. hasn't won a world title in this event since Allyson Felix did it way back in 2009. And there are her parents, Melvin and Joanna Jefferson, sitting up in the booth of World Athletics President Sebastian Coe.
Second athlete from Great Britain is the 23-year-old Amy Hunt, their national champion in the 100 meters.
The evergreen Marie-Josée Talleu-Smith will occupy lane 4. She's got silver, she's got bronze from this event, but she hasn't won a medal since 2019.
There are 4 Americans in this women's 200-meter final. Brittany Brown has tasted the podium at the World Championships. Silver in 2019 behind Asher-Smith. Bronze in Paris last year. And Mackenzie Long, because Brown won the Diamond League and Gabby Thomas pulled out due to injury, she got advanced as the 4th member of Team USA, and she also makes the final.
Yeah, she's one of just a few women to run under 22 seconds. Here's the Bahamas' Antonique Strawn. You see that left leg wrapped. She was in some real discomfort after the semifinal, but she clearly has decided to give it a go. That is a tough lane to run all that turn with your leg bandaged in lane 1 as we get back now to the 100-meter world champion, fully focused on the task at hand, but the 2-time defending champ will be to her outside in lane 7, Shericka Jackson.
Hello track lovers and welcome back to Sashyn Reactions. Jamaica and the USA have done it again. The women's sprint rivalry just reached another incredible level with world-class performances from Shericka Jackson, Clayton, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, and some of the fastest women on the planet. Who made the biggest statement? Who's taking control ahead of the major championships? Full credit to the original broadcasters of these race footages. Let's break it all down after watching this.
And the false start appears to be Antonique Strawn. Is this a case of her just taking herself out of this final because she knows that she can't finish it? Yeah, you see the reaction time in lane 1. Yeah, that looks very intentional. I think that Antonique Strawn is trying to take herself out of this race.
And you hear the announcement by the official. False start in lane 1. She comes over to have a brief conversation here. This is her 7th Outdoor World Championship, but she will get a chance to review the data the numbers in this case don't lie, as she is out. It's the women's 200-meter final from Tokyo, Japan. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden.
Melissa Jefferson, Shericka Jackson has run in her, and Shericka Jackson.
Jefferson-Wooden in the lead. Between her and the rest is realized.
Personal best, the fastest time in the world this year for Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. And Amy Hunt pulls a big upset and relegates the defending world champ Jackson to third as she picks up a medal for Great Britain. So with that 21:68, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden now goes into the top 8 of all time. And I told you after the 100, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is here to stay. She reminds us of that with this
100 meters, the final track event of the evening. And there's one good reason why they've left it to last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 meters. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Nater of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland, but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side, too, from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83.
On your marks. But
Welcome back. One thing that makes women's sprinting so exciting today is that there are no guaranteed winners anymore. Every major race feels like a championship final. Every lane is filled with athletes capable of producing something extraordinary. And once again, Jamaica and the United States reminded the entire athletics world why they remain the two greatest sprint nations on the planet. The speed, the confidence, the rivalries, the pressure, everything came together for another unforgettable evening. As soon as the athletes walked onto the track, you could already sense the intensity. No one looked relaxed. Everyone understood what was at stake. These races weren't just about prize money. They were about momentum, confidence, national pride, and sending a message before the next major championship. Let's begin with the women's 100 meters. Whenever Jamaica lines up against the United States in the sprint events, fans know they are about to witness something special. On one side, you have Jamaica, a country that has produced sprint legends for generations. On the other side, the United States, with incredible depth and new stars emerging every season. That combination almost guarantees fireworks. The start was absolutely explosive. The athletes reacted almost simultaneously. For a split second, it was impossible to predict who would separate themselves from the field. Then came the acceleration phase. This is where elite sprinters show their true class. Every step becomes more powerful. Every movement becomes more efficient. Tiny differences begin deciding huge races. One athlete who immediately caught my attention was Clayton. Her improvement over the last few seasons has been remarkable. She has always possessed raw speed, but now we are beginning to see more maturity. Her start looks sharper. Her transition phase has become smoother. And perhaps most importantly, she's racing with tremendous confidence. Confidence changes everything in sprinting. When an athlete believes they belong among the very best, their body often follows. Tia looks like an athlete who truly believes she can defeat anyone on any given day. That's a dangerous competitor. Then there's Shericka Jackson. What makes Shericka so special isn't just her speed, it's her experience. She understands how to manage races. She rarely panics. Even when she's slightly behind early, she remains composed. She knows exactly when to unleash her top end speed. That's something young athletes learn only after years of competing at the highest level. Shericka continues proving why she remains one of the most respected sprinters in the world. Of course, the United States wasn't going to make things easy. Melissa Jefferson has become one of America's biggest sprint stars. Every race she enters, she competes with fearless determination. She attacks the race from the gun. She never waits. She forces everyone around her to run fast. That's exactly what elite competition should look like. When great athletes push one another, everyone benefits. Fans win. The sport wins. Records become possible. Watching these women compete reminds us how far women's sprinting has evolved. Years ago, people often focused on one or two dominant athletes. Today, it's different. The talent pool is unbelievably deep. Athletes from Jamaica, the United States, St. Lucia, Great Britain, Ivory Coast, and many other nations are constantly raising the standard. That's fantastic for athletics. No race feels predictable anymore. Let's also appreciate something that doesn't always receive enough attention: the mental pressure. Imagine training almost every day for months, making countless sacrifices, missing family events, working through injuries. Then knowing your entire performance may be judged in under 11 seconds. That's extraordinary pressure. Yet, these athletes continue delivering remarkable performances. They deserve enormous respect. Now, let's move to the women 200 meters. Many fans consider this the most beautiful sprint event. Unlike the 100 meters, the 200 requires more than explosive speed. Athletes must combine acceleration, curve running, relaxation, endurance, and perfect race execution. One small mistake they can cost victory. That's why elite 200 meters runners are so impressive. Shericka Jackson has built a reputation as one of the greatest 200-meter runners of this generation. Watching her attack the curve is always fascinating. She runs with remarkable efficiency. She appears relaxed even while producing incredible speed. That's one of the secrets behind elite sprinting. The fastest athletes often look effortless. They're not wasting energy. Every movement serves a purpose. The competition, however, refused to surrender. The American athletes continued applying pressure. They attacked every section of the race. No one gave Shericka an easy victory. That's exactly what fans want: close races, high quality performances, athletes pushing each other beyond previous limits. Another thing I noticed was how balanced both countries currently appear. Jamaica has experienced veterans and exciting young talent. The United States also possesses tremendous depth. Every season, new athletes emerge. That means the rivalry isn't ending anytime soon. If anything, it's becoming stronger. And that's wonderful for athletics fans. One exciting storyline is the emergence of younger Jamaican sprinters. Athletes like Clayton represent the future. They are learning from champions. They are gaining valuable international experience, and they are showing that they aren't intimidated by anyone. That's extremely encouraging because every successful sprint nation must continuously develop its next generation. Jamaica has done that brilliantly for decades. Meanwhile, America continues producing exceptional talent year after year. The collegiate system keeps introducing world-class athletes. Competition within the United States remains incredibly intense. Simply qualifying for major championships is often a huge achievement. That internal competition creates strong athletes. It's one reason America remains a sprint powerhouse. Perhaps the biggest winner from this rivalry isn't Jamaica. It isn't America. It's the fans. Every meeting between these nations creates excitement. People from around the world tune in. Young children become inspired. Future Olympians watch these races dreaming that they'll compete one day. That's the beauty of sport. It inspires the next generation. One thing I also appreciate is the mutual respect many of these athletes show after races. Yes, they are fierce competitors, but once the race finishes, we often see smiles, conversations, congratulations, sportsmanships. That's something worth celebrating. Rivalry doesn't require hatred, it requires excellence, and those women continue demonstrating exactly that. Looking ahead, the future couldn't be more exciting. Imagine these athletes meeting again at major championships. Imagine full healthy lineups. Imagine perfect weather conditions. Imagine everyone reaching peak form simultaneously. We could witness some of the fastest races in history. That's why every competition matters. Each race tells another chapter in this incredible story. For Jamaica, these performances should inspire confidence. The country continues producing elite sprint talent capable of challenging anyone. For the United States, the message is equally positive. The athletes continue proving they are among the world's very best. Neither nation is backing down. Neither nation is satisfied. Both want to dominate. That's exactly what creates unforgettable racing. At the end of the day, this isn't simply Jamaica versus America. It's excellence versus excellence. It's determination versus determination. It's world class athletes pushing one another toward greatness. And every time they step onto the track, history becomes possible. That's why we keep watching. That's why we love this sport. And that's why women's sprinting has never been more exciting. What an incredible day of racing. Now, I want to hear from all of you. Who impressed you the most? Was it Shericka Jackson, Tia Clayton, Melissa Jefferson, or another athlete? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this reaction, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to Sashyn Reactions and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest track and field reactions and global sports commentary. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, keep supporting these amazing athletes, and I'll see you in the next one. One love.